So today's the big day.
Do you want this video?
Welcome everybody to this new episode of Garage Groove. Thank you for joining us. I wanted to share with you today the big trip. We did that. We did a big trip on our little Yamaha XS400. But we're here in the first week of October. This happened first week of August, so it's like 2 months ago. But I've been busy. If you remember, we had a new shop that we opened, and I'm working 6 days a week, so episodes are kind of sporadic, you know, but I wanted to share this with you. It's just something that we had talked about. The episodes were all aligning towards it. That was the big ending episode on this Yamaha XS400. The thing is, the first part of this video, now this was all done in August. Late July and August. The updates and stuff, some of the work that I did on the bike came in late July, third week of July or something, and then we ended up taking it on a trip. It turned out to be like 220 miles or something. There's no way I was going to be able to do 1,000 miles. Not yet. Hopefully that will happen. The bike is just not set up for that. It doesn't go fast enough. We'd be coming in everybody's way, you know. So once we get that the speed issue taken care of, we can take it on a further trip. But we did take it on a pretty good ride. It was altogether, we probably did about 220 miles that day. So that almost a quarter of what I said. So like I said, the first part of the film is the video. It addresses all the updates that we're doing to this bike. And then the last part of it, of course, is the trip. It's a beautiful little bike. It's a one-kick bike. We've done some upgrades on it, and you'll see all of it on the film. I hope you enjoy it. Now, let's move on to what happens from here. So we have Faison here. I think our next episode, he's working on an RC thing. I think that's what he's into these days, or he's getting into it. I suppose we can work on RCs too here on Garage Groove if we need to. I think he had talked about he wanted something to cruise around town here with in our neighborhood. You know, the kids these days, they have electric bikes and scooters and this and that. So we're not really, yeah, we're not very electric-y. we don't go in that fashion that well. We're more gas oriented. So we need to create something that's public friendly and not super fast. We're not trying to create a little kid's hot rod or anything like that. It's just something he can bebop around with, never have to worry about charging. And he can, get speeds of about 15, 18 miles an hour. We don't want it to go any faster than that. And it's got to be kind of quiet. So we're going to try to make that right here in Garage Groove as the episodes come. Now, let's talk quickly about some of the other bikes. The Harley's in here because we want to do some updates on that. If you remember, we had blown that 6-speed in it. Well, we got the 6-speed back, and it's all good to go. We have currently a 5-speed in there, so over the winter, we want to stick that 6-speed back in there. Then I'd like to do something with the forks on that also. If we can put a shorter Springer forks on it, kind of, I don't know if we can make it into more of a bobber rather than a chopper. But anyways, we'll look at that hopefully this winter as well. That's about it. We're wrapping up the XS400. This bike is everything I wanted it to be. It's a one-kick bike, and that's what I wanted. It doesn't even have electric start on it. It's probably one of my most reliable bikes. And then, of course, you know the Ferrari, the TL. And that's about it. So we have for you in store our wonderful ride and the whole day that we spent. Remember, that was first week of August. That was 2 months ago. Enjoy that. We'll see you soon. Take care. I've been keeping you guys updated on this XS thing because we do want to go on a journey on it. And part of this episode does involve the Yamaha XS400. So we have some stuff to do on that. And then you can see the Yamaha's under the knife because we, as you saw before, we got the new tires, we got the new rims and all of that stuff. And we'll be showing you more about that as this episode continues. So stay with us and we're gonna get to work and try to put the finishing touches on the Yamaha. Well, here's a new update on the XS400. As you know, we want to do a summer ride on this thing and put some miles on it, like some real miles. You know what I mean? Like a journey type of miles. So let's do a quick update on this. I don't like banging this project to death. You know, we got so many episodes and stuff, but the fact of the matter is when you're going on a journey on a whole bike like this, to do it safely, you really need to take some stuff into account. So that's basically what we're doing here. Let's take a look at this thing. You see, we needed to get new tires on this thing. Now we were kind of flip-flopping back and forth on whether we're getting new tires or not. In the beginning I said no, the tires are fine, but what happened was after only about 100 miles riding around here, the tires started to crack because they were old. So before we can go any further, we really needed to get new tires on. So today I am doing exactly that. I got a new front tire and we got a new back tire, and I don't do tires, so I'm taking it to the local shop. They're gonna put it in. The other thing, remember I told you the shocks were like riding a horse? So we got some little eBay special shocks. It does ride better now with these. I don't know if these are true nitrogen filled shocks or not, but they perform a lot better than the other ones. The other thing, we got new brake shoes, so we're gonna put rear brake shoes on this while we're at it. And remember I said the steering was a little tight, so we're gonna probably put new bearings on this. Now keep in mind, when we did the final total on this bike, I think we're like 780 or some dollars, 750 bucks. That's gonna go up now because we got another 50 bucks into the shocks, and we're gonna have probably another couple $100 into the tires. So kind of keep that in mind, but we're still way within, you know, reasonable limits of what a good reliable used bikes go for and what you need to do to have fun. You don't really need a whole lot of money because especially if you stay with those 4 Japanese brands that I told you in their specific models. Remember, the Suzuki had the GS series, Yamaha has the XS series, Kawasaki has the KZ series, and the Honda, the great Honda, has the CB series. All of these bikes won't ever let you down. Parts are cheap and they're easy to work on, and you can go a long ways with these. So this thing is down on under a knife again, but it's all for the good. Okay, so we got our new tires. I'm at the facility right now, and they look good. We don't have to worry about tires exploding on us. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean up the rims. We might as well leather the tires. This has got nice big, yeah, this has got a little bit there too. We can leather these, clean them up, and we'll go ahead and finish yet another little piece to this puzzle and get closer to going on the road. We'll see ya. Okay, we've lettered the tires, and I was surprised to see how big those Shinko letters are. Wow. I like it. I think it looks cool. Look how big the lettering is on those. Looks cool. Front one's a Dunlop, and not quite as big. I think it's a good mix. It'll look nice, you know. But the important thing is we're good for the road. With these tires, we're good for the road. We're gonna go ahead and start working on the steering. It's a little tight, you know, and I gotta see the condition of the bearings that are in there, and we'll go ahead and address those. I'm probably just gonna re-grease everything. It might have dried up a little bit, and get those packed in there, and then put that back. Might as well do it now. See you in a minute. Okay, so the problem with the steering was I thought maybe the bearings had dried up or something, and we'll just repack them. Problem is, there's no bearings in there on the top. The bottom had the bearings. There's no bearings here on the top at all. It's completely empty. Completely empty. So I happen to have some ball bearings, and we're gonna pack that top. We're gonna pack the piss out of that, and we have these little bearings. These are probably came out of a bicycle, but once we get those in there, I did set one in there, and it seems to fit in there fine. We're gonna pack a lot of grease in there, and we're gonna get these so they roll around up in there, and then that's gonna help the steering a lot. We got the bottom bearings, so once we do that, that's why it was kind of catching, you know, it was stiff, and it would almost seem like it would lock into position, and that's scary when you're riding. So I didn't like that. So this should fix that. So we'll go ahead and pack that, and we'll see you back in a minute. Today's the big day. Now, we've been trying to get this thing out on the road and try to do a trip. I was not able to, the time and everything else involved, I was not able to plan a 1,000-mile trip. This bike, to take it on 1,000 miles, I guess I didn't know, but it's a little trickier. I got a bee chasing me. It's a little trickier than I thought. Okay, this thing cruises at about 45 miles an hour. Okay, so we're taking this thing to a nearby park. Well, it's not that nearby. It's almost 100 miles from us. So we're gonna do between 200 and 300 mile trip on this thing today. Okay, because the park's gonna be about 100, then 100 back, and then we're gonna probably cruise around in there a little bit. So we're gonna be probably 2 and some change, but that should drive the point home, provided this thing makes it, and I think it will. I've driven it quite a bit, and we still don't have front brakes, but our back brakes work pretty good. And the other thing going on today is the fact that we got a lot of us going, right? And we only have 2 drivers, me and my wife. So it's going to be a little cramped in our van anyways. So it was a good day. There's no rain in the forecast. It's a good day to take this and drive it, get between 200 and 300 miles on this thing today, and drive the point home that you could build a budget bike and still have fun with it. Okay, and we're gonna put a cap on this whole series with today's trip. Okay, you will not hear about this XS400 afterwards. I think we've beat this episode to death, but I think today's trip's gonna be nice. We're gonna have some nice views, nice scenery, and I think it's gonna be fun overall. We're gonna have a group of us going, and I'm pretty excited. I want to see how this bike does on a long trip. Okay, long trips are a little different than buzzing around town, because you're running things at a higher RPM for a longer period of time, and that takes a different type of a toll on the mechanics of a machine, you know. So adding up short distance miles doesn't always equate to one long distance trip. So we're gonna have a good probably 250 miles on this today, which is quarter of what I had anticipated. I wanted to do a 1,000-mile trip, but the thing, it tops out at around 60. I mean, you'd be redlining it at 60. Top speed, I would say, would be about 55, 58 without hurting the engine. You cannot cruise this for a long time at 55. A good cruising speed is about 45. So we're gonna keep that in mind. We're not gonna hurt the motor. We want to make it home safe and enjoy our day on our little budget build. So join us on the road. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, that bike works.
All right, should be a good day for a bike ride. We're planning to do around 250, 260 miles. We want to drive around the park. Man, look at that sky. This is our little area right here. It's all about 20 mile zone, so we want to go a little easy through here. But we'll get going out of town here pretty quick, and it's going to turn really, it's going to be a very pretty ride today. Look at the sky. I see a little bit of blue in it. That's one thing about me. I love looking at the sky when I'm riding. It just really cool to look at. I don't know. I know I should be probably watching the road more, We'll get going here. Gonna make a left here. We got our mothership behind us, and yeah, so the sky to me is just very dramatic. It just it looks like a canvas of just really good artwork, and there's nothing better than to look at that when you're riding. You know, obviously you're paying attention to the road too, but it's just something I love to look at. So anyways, we have we got 400 cc's here, and we're taking it 250 280 miles today, and wish for the best. You know, these type of rides, they're not the same when you ride around your little area and you add up miles. You know, I did 10 today and 15 yesterday, and that's different. When you do one long trip, there's different stresses that are put on the mechanics of a machine. You know, the tires are running a long time. They feel it. The engine's running, the oil's moving, and everything's moving continuous for a longer period of time. So, you know, a lot of times you don't know something wrong with the machine until it's been running a longer period of time. So this will be the first real test of this bike. You know, we got a four-way coming up here, and we'll start heading out of town pretty quickly. You can go. Come on. So anyways, yeah, we if you remember, this being our first trip, a long trip on this bike, this is the test. But we got this in. You guys were with us the whole time. We got it in as a rolling chassis, and there was no wiring harness. We had to build a fuse box, and there was no handlebars, and the tires looked pretty shoddy. Well, actually the tires didn't look too bad, but they fell apart pretty quick as soon as I started riding it. So I feel good about that. We got new tires on this, and I feel comfortable with that. Our back travel package is full of little goodies, you know. We got a drink in there. We got several little things in there for the road. We have our GPS working, although I can barely see it, so I don't know how well that's going to go. At some point, I'm going to have to upgrade to this area right here. Is beautiful. When you come in through here, maybe I'll take you guys this fall when the leaves and stuff start changing in this area. It's beautiful, especially with the TL. You can come through here, you're flying on this thing. You know, the only thing you're missing is a cape. You feel like Superman. I see a little bit of blue in the sky there. That's a little promising. So, but yeah, you come through here at the right time of the year. What do we got going here? Oh, we got a FedEx truck. We better wait. Let these guys pass. But yeah, you come in through here in the fall, and the leaves are all beautiful. You usually get pretty decent fall here. I mean, you usually get a few decent days where you can take the bike out. Remember last year we took the TL out on October. It was a pristine day, perfect for riding. But yeah, anyways, this little 400, we got it. It was a basket case, you know. There's a lot of problems with it. The lot of things not hooked up, nothing, and here we are. It's gonna carry us to 300 miles. You know, I don't know if we're gonna hit 300 miles, but it's gonna be 250, 260 anyways. This little section coming up here, I always like that section because it's really wooded, and I just love roads that are completely surrounded by trees, because it just gives just a nice aura. It's a nice atmosphere. And coming in through here, I go to work this way, so I see, you know, a lot of times I'll take the TL, and TL feels a little different because you're laying down in it, you know, and you feel like the only thing you're missing is a cape, you know, especially with the power of that bike. It's just so fun. But yeah, I love this section right here, and this section absolutely becomes just a sight to see in the fall when all the leaves change and you get that really nice 75-degree day in October. You know, hopefully we'll get one. I'll bring you guys. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna have it's gonna tee off, and we're gonna make a right, and that's it. We're gonna start heading out of town, man. Start heading towards the park, and you know, hopefully it's a great day. We don't want no breakdowns. We don't want no issues with the bike, and hopefully everything runs smooth, because I'm not just on my own. You know, we got the people in the mothership. We don't want to give them a hard time either. We want everybody to have fun, so hopefully this thing runs great. Here's our stop sign. As soon as we make a right, we're gonna start clocking out of town. Looks like we hit a little bit of traffic here coming into a little town, and boy, I love the glow of that sky. It looks cool. We're gonna go in through this little town right here, little gas station. There's a lot of quaint little towns, you know, and you enjoy them on a bike even more. And once again, we'll start heading out of town. Look at those big, thick clouds kind of hanging right over the road. Ain't that something? Look like big cotton balls. We're getting to probably about 20-25 miles from home now, somewhere in there. And we're going to be passing the Six Flags Park. What the sky just looks like, it just looks like artwork to me. Look at that backdrop. Looks awesome. The horizon and everything. I mean, that's part of what riding a bike is all about. You just don't get that same feeling in a car. I don't care what car it is. On a bike, you feel like a piece in that artwork. With the wind in your face, the surroundings, I mean, you're wide open. And this is absolutely beautiful. Just, what a backdrop. And then you got the greenery and the trees, and you're moving through it on a little 400cc bike, hoping to cover a lot of miles, Imagine how many times that piston goes up and down, those pistons. Imagine how many times the wheel spins round and round, how many times it goes in a cycle. I mean, that's all cool to be part of all of that, I don't think the same when I'm in a vehicle, like in a car, I don't think like that. A car is just more business, you got to get there, point A to point B. But when you're on a bike, look at those thick clouds, dark ones hanging right up above us. Isn't that something? And then you got the glow right behind it. This is why I like to ride. Just awesome. There's the Six Flags. This would be about the 25-mile mark. So we'd be close to about a quarter way there. Okay, so we have stopped at our first place. The bike's running good. I filled it up. It's eating a little more gas than I expected, but there she sits. We're probably about, I don't know, about 42 miles from home or something like that. I put in probably about almost 1.5 gallons, so well, about 1.3 gallons, something like that. So she's doing good. We still got a little ways to go yet, so my GPS, that GPS isn't working that good. You can't, the display sucks on it. I can't hardly see it, you know. So I'm gonna be following the mothership now, and we'll probably have to stop again and get some gas here in a little bit, but she's doing good. Ooh, it looks like we got a little bit of a gas leak too. What's going on here? We got a bit of a gas leak. Saw it running down. Okay, we're gonna continue. Hopefully we make it home. You know, these are sketchy bikes. Until you get the miles underneath them, you don't know what's gonna happen. So we'll see you on the road. So we are well on our way. We just did our first stop, got some fuel, and I'm noticing this bike does not go that fast. And she's that's the mothership in front of us, and she's trying hard to go slow enough for us. We're doing probably, I'd say around 45 or so, 48. You know, that's it. That's all this bike is gonna do. And GPS is saying about 46, 47 miles an hour. That's the highest that you can run this for a long periods of time. Anything after that, you're straining the engine, you're straining the components. So look at that. She's slowly pulling ahead because it's hard to go that slow. These are all 55 zones, you know, and most people like her, she's going to be used to traveling probably 58. You know, people don't drive 55 on the dot. They're usually 58, within 60, you know. And here we are, probably around 48, probably like 6-8 miles below the speed limit, you know, and it's hard for her to contain that. So she's going to slowly probably start pulling away, although she's the mothership, so she will stay within range, but it's tough. I think what we're going to need to do in the future to do a longer trip on this is to do some gearing to it. Probably a smaller sprocket in the back would make the most sense. I've seen XS650s that come with quite small sprockets in the back. I'll have to look and see how small they go for XS400, but it's just one of those things where this is about the furthest we want to take this. You know, we start coming in people's way, start becoming an obstacle. You know, that's no good. But it's a really good ride, man. And luckily, there's not a lot of traffic, so that's good. You know, we're not holding too many people up. Most people that don't like it, they've been passing. So, what a nice tunnel of trees right here. I love this. Really nice. Great ride so far.
Mommy, there's like no space.
In a quarter mile, continue straight.
at the Letchworth Park. There's Faison with me. He's in the mothership, and bike's slow, man. We have that's the only thing I would say. If we can re-gear this thing, probably with a bigger front sprocket or something like that, it cruises at like 45, 48, man. Anything after that, it starts straining. Tops out probably maybe 56, 58. I don't know.
The service here sucks. There's no service.
But she's doing good. I mean, she rides good. We want to get some more gas. But what a nice. There's our mothership. See how nice. Hey, Imran, don't do that.
Do what?
Don't yank on that.
I wasn't.
It's a lot of bugs, right?
I think they appeared right when you came.
Shit, they're following me. Just a 400cc, man. That's all we're working with. But there's a nice shot of it. Torquey little bike. I mean, it climbed up those hills pretty good. But again, it's the speed thing, man. I don't know how far we'd be able to take it, because you end up coming in everybody's way. This is one of the biggest. It's a very big state park here in New York, and I did, but it's a motorcycle tank, so it.
Well, how much you have now?
I got probably half tank, but I don't know. But don't we normally go through a town or something? I was expecting one more town we're gonna go through after.
No, it's because we went through Attica. If we go through Batavia, we will. We're gonna have Batavia.
Really nice August day, and just enjoying the scenery here. The bike ride was really nice. I mean, you're right out in the middle of nowhere here, but it is a park.
Wow. I'm already tired.
I'll take them.
That thing doesn't go fast though, right?
Look up. Imran. Imran, are you going to see anything?
We're here at another location on the park. It's a nice little area. We're gonna have a little food. We've spent quite a bit of time here. I haven't filmed everything, just a few highlights here. Remember, the episode's more about our Yamaha, but this is the benefits. The benefits of coming out here. This is this nice little area. Kind of glad I put super bright headlights on that bike because I'm gonna need those on the way back. Looks like we're gonna be riding in the dark, but and believe me, it gets dark, real dark out here. Probably about the last or the first coming out of the park, probably the first 35, 38 miles, really dark, thick woods, you know. So the headlights are gonna be really coming in handy. Look how nice this area is. Wow. I guess the camera don't do the justice that the God-given eyes give you, but it's really nice. The camera is not showing you the depth. Amazing depth. Now we've been to this park a few times. This is a new area for us. Got a cool little bridge right here. What? You could probably from here you can go. And then we got steps going up. There's another bridge right there. Super nice area, really pristine. The water gets you thirsty just looking at it. It's so crisp and clear. Look how nice that water looks. Isn't that nice? That's all she wrote. We are heading back. And what a great day it's been. Just had a lot of fun here at the park, and we're gonna enjoy the ride back. We're gonna see it's gonna get dark here pretty quick, and I'm so glad that I've used really nice bright bulbs in this thing, so we don't have a problem. Looks like she's ready. Okay, she's taking off. We're gonna be following Mothership. I didn't drive a lot around in the park because I was low on gas, you know, and we're still low on gas. So we're going to run to the gas station first before we do anything. So we probably didn't even hit 250. I'm thinking we're probably around 220 miles today by the time we get home. I didn't ride it around in the park. I'm pretty low on fuel right now, so she's gonna take us to the fuel. We're following her. She's got the real GPS. Mine is just not up to par. This right here is the park. You see what I mean by tunnel of trees? That feeling that you're going through something natural. A cave would be even better, but trees is pretty cool. And it hasn't rained. I have been keeping an eye on the forecast. We don't expect to see any rain. I think it's supposed to be sunshine, or partly sunny. So we're out of that risk also, and we're going down hills. I don't know if the camera really gives justice to how steep some of these hills are. This is a pretty steep hill right here. And we're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to start pulling up to the top. And this little 400 does it, man. It pulls me right up, you know, even in the higher gears. So it's pretty good. Here we go. We're going to start climbing the hill. and these are pretty steep, you know, more than I don't know, we'll have to look at the footage afterwards, but a lot of times the cameras just don't give appropriate definition of incline. You know, you can't tell how steep something is. But this is all the park. You know, there's a fountain there. You can see all the cars parked. Pretty busy day at the park. There's a lot of people. Didn't see a lot of traffic because I think we came a little bit later than most people. So just a really big park, really nice park. A great place to go with the family. And yeah, see, this is steep right here. We're going right down the hill, and it's going to bottom right out, and we're going to start climbing. You can see the curves in the road, and look how thick the greenery is. You really feel like you're going through something. That's just a really good feeling on a bike. Those little things is why I like to ride. You know, and it's a 3D. The sensation is almost 3D. You know, you got the wind, and you're sticking out. You know, you're out in the open like that on two wheels, and you're going through all of this, and you got the backdrop, the sky, the trees, and that's what makes the motorcycles fun more than the car. Car, you're kind of enclosed. You're encapsulated inside something. You don't really feel nothing, you know. And in the motorcycle, you feel all of it. This right here is pretty steep. We're going up and up and up, and we're just about getting ready to pull out of the park. So that's gonna, she said the gas station's about 2 miles, so we should be good there. We don't want to run out of fuel. That'd be a problem. But because I didn't even think of it, but I didn't bring a fuel tank, you know, a portable gas tank. I don't even have one of those, but I think we'll be fine. That's the thing about a bike like this. You don't have any gauges or nothing. And I've been used to bikes, riding bikes like these, you know. They don't have any kind of luxuries telling you the fuel warning and stuff, although the TL does. The TL is equipped with a lot of that stuff, but you talk a bike like this, it's built in a garage, you know, and slapped together in the sense it's a safe bike, it's a nice bike, but you don't get all the amenities, you know. Here's the exit of the park, and that's it. Why is she pulling over? Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah. Okay, how far? How far? Okay.
So yeah, the gas station's just down the street. We're gonna fuel up. I would have had more miles on the bike, but like I said, we were low on gas, so I didn't drive it around in the park that much. I hopped in the van with everybody else, and that's how we got around the park. Originally, I thought we were going to have an opportunity to see another gas station before we got to the park, but we didn't. We stopped at that one place, the Sunoco place, and that was it. So, looks like here's our gas station. So we're going to pull in, we're going to fuel up, and we're going to head out. See a lot of blue in the sky now. Well, we're all fueled up, and we're gonna ride off literally into the sunset. Should be a nice ride. Real comfortable temperatures. Got a full tank of gas. We're gonna stop again at the same place. There it seemed to be the cheapest gas. That Sunoco station. That's probably around, closer to our area. But we got a full tank of gas, so we should be good for a while. And you can see that sky getting blue there. The sunshine bouncing off all the trees and stuff, creating a nice backdrop. The camera is never gonna do justice here. Oh man, look at that sunshine coming in. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Really cool. People have got their headlights on. I got mine on too. She's gonna be making a left here somewhere. There it is. That is gonna be a really nice ride home. And here we are going through the thick of the trees again. Traffic is none right now. It's just wow. I can ride like this all day long, man. Comfortable bike. These type of roads, this bike does wonderful. Wow, look at that sky. Isn't that something? I'm really, really sorry the camera is not going to do it justice here. But this is amazing. We're right in it. If this was 3D artwork, we're a character in it. As long as you're on a bike. In a car, you're kind of left out. Look at that sky, amazing. It's really cool. Look at that sun. Just a ball of fire. We're so used to seeing the sun as the sun, we forget that it's a star. We equate stars with the night sky, and we equate the sun during the day. So somehow there's a disconnection there. They're disconnected, but it's not. The sun is a star, and we forget that. It's a far-off star. It's at 93 million miles away, and it looks like that. That's pretty crazy. I'd like a lot of you subscribers. Hopefully I can inspire somebody. Look at that beautiful sun. What a sunset. What a sky. I can inspire somebody to get a nice little bike for yourself. And just ride. Feel it. Feel what I'm feeling now. It's really good. Really nice. You can't beat it. And these bikes are cheap. You saw what we got into it. It's fairly cheap. Just can't beat it. Well, we're stopping back at Sunoco Station that we stopped at first time. It's a good place to kind of fill up and finish off the ride. We're probably about, like I said, 42 miles from home, but we're going to be stopping at a restaurant, and that's going to be the end of probably the video. I don't know if I'm going to my batteries are going soft anyways, but we are planning on stopping at a place to eat. And what a great day. Just a great ride. Beautiful day. There's the mothership. Okay, that's it. We're fueled up. This is the last leg of our journey. We're not going to stop. Well, we're going to go right to the restaurant and go home from there. We've all had a long day. Everybody's tired. Everybody's hungry. And just a great day. Everybody had a beautiful time. And this puts a cap on this episode of the XS400. We had a great build, and really the trip wasn't as long as we wanted it. But is she gonna go, or what's going on? I think she's waiting for me. I'm waiting for her. Here we go. There she goes. But we started off with this bike, and we wanted to do 1,000 miles, but we did like 220. That was enough, man. That was just great, and hopefully it inspires at least one person. Taking off. Yeah, so just keep in mind, the four brands that I've been hammering. The Honda's got the CB, the KZ is the Kawasaki, the GS is the Suzuki, and of course the XS is the Yamaha. Grab one of these and enjoy yourself. Parts are pretty cheap. They're available. They're not rare. You can buy a lot of aftermarket stuff for it. And, you can utilize stuff around the house like I did. And you can get into the portrait, like I like to say, You become part of the art. You become part of the canvas. You become part of the natural art that's out there. You don't get that when you're in a vehicle. What a nice little town we're going through. Just a great day. You can see it's getting pretty dark now, and I'm glad I got good headlights, I can tell you. And then we keep the mothership up front. Just a great day, great ride. Okay, so you guys saw the ride that we took to Letchworth Park. What a great bike, man. We had a lot of fun. We spent the whole day traveling and enjoying the park, enjoying the company. So we want to do more of that stuff. And believe it or not, that was a couple months ago, man. So we're just getting back in tune, getting back in touch with you. I've been working 6 days a week, so there's not a lot of time for this stuff. But we've had a new project come on the horizon. It's Faison. You know, these guys, they kind of want to do a drift trike or something to bebop around in. And he's got his XR100, but that's a little bit too edgy for this area that we're in. You know, a lot of kids are riding electric scooters and this and that, and they ride on the walking paths and everything. So we want to create something that's kind of low key, that's not loud, and that can pass in the public, and the kids can kind of ride it. And we don't want to make it so it goes too fast. We want to make it so it does maybe 15, 20 miles an hour. So that's something on the docket. And then let's take a look at these babies. We had a great season of riding as far as just hopping on the bike and going. Unfortunately, most of my rides were to work and back. The TL has been just absolutely phenomenal. What an awesome bike. This thing really is a Ferrari. It's just, that's the only way to explain it. It's a Ferrari. And then, you know, the beautiful ride we had on this. I've put on, we're in October now. I bet you I've done over 1,000 miles on this bike. You've seen some of the upgrades we've done. This travel pack has been just extremely handy. Anytime I need to get groceries or drop off packages or mail or anything like that, it comes in handy for that. We upgraded this light to LED, so you can see it's a white light, white LED light. It's not the yellow light anymore. It just seems to shine things up a little bit better. And then we put the Vulcan away and we pulled out the Harley, and the reason for that is we want to hopefully during the course of the winter do a little bit of work to this. And one of the items being we want to put that 6-speed transmission back into it. It's got the 5-speed in it and it leaks like a pig. So these things are notorious for leaking. Let me see here. Yeah, you can see it kind of glistening. It's leaking a little bit, you know, but whatever. The biggest thing there is we want to get the 6-speed back in there. That's a great bike. So next year we'll probably give the Vulcan a rest and we're going to run this. I've been running this too, you know, it just leaks a little bit and it's a 5-speed. But we want to do a little bit of work to this too. So that's part of the reason I brought it into the garage. We're hoping to kind of change the stance on it a little bit. It's not that comfortable. I mean, I can ride the Vulcan way longer than I can ride this. This has got that whole chopper feel to it, and we want to change that. We want to bring it to a bobber. I think part of it is the front forks are just too long, so we may go with the shorter, a negative Springer on the front. That'll drop the front a little bit, and I don't know. Maybe it's incorrectable with that frame. Well, we'll get into that. You know, I mean, it's a great bike. I can run it just the way it is right now. But I brought it in here to do a little bit of adjustments and stuff on it over the winter. And that's it, man. You know, summer's gone. It's October. You guys saw the video. You know, that was way back in late July, early August. And, you know, it just flew like that. We want to do a longer ride on this. I have a smaller sprocket in mind for this, but we're going to have to machine it. And I may do that over the winter too. Get a smaller sprocket on it and get this speed of this bike to over, you know, if we can cruise at around 60, then we can go a lot more places with it. You know, right now the cruising speed's about 48 to 50, and you just happen to come in everybody's way, and it's very limited where you can go. So, and then of course the TL. That's it. That wraps up the summer, and we're gonna try to do some work in here over the winter, and we would love to get back into the same groove, the garage groove that we were into every week. You know, we were putting out a video and doing things. I'd love to do that again, but right now, you know, we opened up a new shop. I'm doing 6 days a week. The only days I have off is Sunday. So, but we'll see. We'll look into that. But thank you for joining us. Please stay with us. Thank you so much. Take care.